Listen, you guys, Tory Lanez album Peterson is finally out and he went pretty hard. We're going to be talking about the name drops. We're going to talk about Fraudulent Nation and we're also going to be talking about the Nicki Minaj mention. We are also going to be discussing about Doechii and Doja Cat at Paris Fashion Week and all the fans that were awaiting Doja Cat. All of them knew her. Oh my God, she's absolutely popular in Paris. The Parisians love Doechii. And at the same time, we'll be discussing about Nicki Minaj responding to that actor that said that he would like to work with her. And at the same time, Paprika Spice has got her own mess going on in as far as Fashion Week is concerned. And these are some of the things that we will be discussing in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, first of all, let us talk about the Tory Lanez album Peterson, okay? So it seems like people in the streets have been waiting that album. First of all, this album was recorded in real time whilst this man was in prison. So obviously people are like, we want to hear how that is going to sound. Is it going to be mastered well? Like, how is it going to sound? Does he still have it, or did jail take away some of his talent? But one thing that I can assure you is, if anything, he even got way better. And I do believe that sometimes in, troubled times, in, not the best of environments, your talent and your passion actually blossoms in such environments. Because listen, when I tell you that this man ate and left no crumbs, I'm not exaggerating, okay? So we're going to talk about obviously some of the viral moments of the album, starting with the mention of Fraudulent Nation. Now, in this album, I would understand why maybe Fraudulent Nation was trying to silence him altogether, because he did not hold back. Tory went all in and called them out by name. Now, this is what Tory Lanez said verbatim, you guys. And I was like, this man, at this point, I think it's just at a point where he's like, I've got nothing to lose. Now I'm just going to say my truth. You're trying to silence me. I'm not allowed to speak if it's not in a song. And so I'm just going to put it in a song. And I do understand why probably up to now the man from Fraudulent Nation is still salty over Tory Lanez for not signing with him, because this is pure talent. And had he allowed himself to be under Fraudulent Nation, I'm pretty sure even if something had happened between him and the Transformer, Fraudulent Nation would have somehow covered it up, because they are... You know how they do, you know how they move. And I'm pretty sure that had he allowed himself to sign under those people, even the numbers that he would be doing right now would be crazy. Because even as an independent artist, he's still able to do massive numbers. Now imagine if he had the resources for Fraudulent Nation and this much talent. It would have been crazy. So I commend him for having that integrity to say, listen, my talent is enough to make people interested in my music. So he said, Roc Nation coming for Milagro, that's really funny. Even more is them trying to find ways to relate it to me. If I was petty, I would counter sue because I got evidence. Megan can't have been on payroll to play a dummy. Okay, and that's Megan with the googly eyes. Obviously, that's being okay. Why am I doing this? This is not my fault. My God, I don't. This isn't my fault. This is Milagro. Oh my God, Milagro says this all the time. Now I'm calling this girl googly eyed. Oh my goodness, this is so out of character for me. But you know what I'm talking about. At least you got what I'm talking about, okay? That girl, we've seen how she has acted when it comes to Tory Lanez and stuff like that. So I'm not mad at him for name dropping that girl. By the way, where is she? Is she back on the internet? Because the last time I checked, she had run away with 50 cents money for the bet. Oh my God. 50 was like, pay me my money. And the girl disappeared. She literally deleted all his socials, running away from the bet with 50 cents. So yeah, I'm not mad at Tory for name dropping Fraudulent Nation, because yeah, I mean, if other people are allowed to give their side, he should also be allowed. Now, I'm not saying this to say that the man is innocent, but like, why are they so desperate to silence him if they know that anything that is going to say is probably going to be contradictory, or is probably going to help people see the truth that, well, he's actually guilty. The fact that they're so afraid of him speaking, I just like, there might be something. But anyway, that's not the only people that got name dropped. It seems like Nicki Minaj also got a mention, and he was basically saying that Nicki, I told you that Nicki Minaj is a ninja, like it's the real ninja, and these bees be lying. And of course, people are like, what does that mean? What is he trying to say? Some people are saying that, well, he's basically saying that Nicki competes with the ninjas and stuff like that. But personally, I found it interesting that soon after saying that Nicki Minaj is the ninja, he went on to say bees be lying, of which, if we all know what happened during Bigfoot week, we all know that, well, Nicki was out there calling Bongo 2 a liar. So in my own opinion, I do feel like it wasn't a coincidence that after mentioning that Nicki Minaj is a real ninja, he then follows up with the line that, well, bees be lying, because indeed bees be lying. Bees have been caught in their lies, but for some reason, just because they've got a sympathy afro, people always say it doesn't matter. Well, she might have lied, because anything that pertains to the liar, it's like she might have lied, but at the end of the day, she's a black woman, so she's a victim. Oh, she might be a drunkard, but at the same time, just because she's a black woman, like that type of logic. So I don't know, you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this Tory Lanez name drop. The next thing that we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Fashion Week. No, let's talk about Nicki Minaj before we talk about Fashion Week. Nicki Minaj, responded to the actor. You guys know that yesterday I spoke about that actor that was saying that they would like to work with, Nicki Minaj, and they were saying that in their next, script, they are going to include a part for Nicki Minaj. It seems like Nicki Minaj probably has seen that, that video, and she decided to respond. And personally, I'm all for it. I want to see Nicki in a acting big, as I expressed, and I want her to stay away from female rap as much as she can, especially in 2025. If you're going to come back, maybe 2026, 2025, give them the space to make fools of themselves. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, that's what Nicki said. She basically said that, well, she loves the guy. And let me know what you think about that. Do you think that we're going to be seeing Nicki Minaj doing more of acting in the near future? Okay. The next thing that we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Paprika Spice and Fashion Week. Now, I don't know who's out there dressing this girl. I don't know why they're trying to set her up. I don't know what she's ever done to anyone, but this is absolutely ridiculous, okay? That red outfit that she wore, what was that? Who is behind styling Ice Spice? Like you would swear there's some form of lottery ticket connection, because who else would want to set up Ice Spice that more than lottery ticket? Who did this? Oh my God. I'm sure they had a vision in their mind and they thought it was going to come out in a certain way. And Ice Spice also, when it just comes to posing for the camera, it seems like that's just a tactic that she hasn't learned. So it always comes off weird. Usually when she's trying to showcase these fashion pieces, it just doesn't give. She just doesn't have that it factor when it comes to fashion. Well, you saw that, you guys. And the other outfit that she then came out, I guess this was supposed to be the redemption outfit, is not it at all. And you could tell the people in the background were just looking at her like, oh, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And at this point, I don't know if it's ever going to be possible for Paprika Spice to come back. And how's she going to sound when she comes back? I mean, the last time she came here, she was trying to sound like Nicki Minaj. But now there's another new person who actually has got a bigger push than her, who's now jaking the Nicki Minaj flow. So are they going to be competing with each other? Like, who can imitate Nicki Minaj better than the other one? Because she came out, tried to do the Nicki thing. But now the other girl is out here doing the Nicki thing as well. So what's going to happen? Is it going to be a competition of who can pretend to be Nicki better than the other? Because I'm trying to think, there is no comeback for Paprika Spice in my own opinion. She had the wave, she misused it, and this is it. History. Anyway, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, let us talk about the girls at Fashion Week, okay? Doechii and Doja Cat were photographed together at Fashion Week. And when I tell you that the internet is like, oh my God, look at these two girls. They came to end Nicki Minaj. Oh my God, look at them. Nicki's West Fear and stuff like that. And I'm like, didn't you guys say the same about Cardi B? Didn't you guys say the same thing about Bongo 2? Did you guys not say the same thing about Lottery Ticket? You said the same thing about Ice Spice. You said the same thing about Doja Cat. Now it's Doechii. All these people are just coming to end one person. At this point, I just feel like the only way Ken and Nicki Minaj if all female rappers were to form one rap group, like all girl rap group, and maybe compete against Nicki Minaj, as a group, because individually they are failing miserably. I mean, every year you guys crown a new queen of rap, and then the queen of rap never actually gets to be the queen of rap. And later, you guys also do crown another girl. Instead of the new girl to go against your last year's queen of rap, no, you make the girl go against Nicki Minaj. And you guys have been saying Nicki hasn't been queen since what? Since 2018, right? So I find it interesting that in one breath people will say Nicki is not the queen of rap anymore. She got dethroned in 2018. But when any other new female rapper comes, you guys are quick to say they are gonna compete about Nicki Minaj. They are gonna compete with Nicki Minaj. They're about to end Nicki Minaj as the queen of rap. Like, so which one is it? I wish people would just take the moment to celebrate their favorites without bringing these unnecessary comparisons to the great, because it never works out well for any of them. Like, stupidity is repeating the same thing over and over and over again and expecting the same result. Why are you setting these girls up? Why? It's not working. That does not work. So I really don't get why people continue doing these to these female rappers. Why? Because at the end of the day, you're doing a disservice to them. Because once you start doing that, no matter like whether you like Nicki Minaj or not, the reality of the situation is she has the biggest fan base when it comes to female rap. If you think I'm lying, ask Jetavia. If you think I'm lying, ask Paprika Spice. She has, even if you combine all the fan bases of all these girls that I just mentioned, they could never be able to go against the Barbz when it actually comes to real, true support. They couldn't. And so when you put these girls against Nicki Minaj like that, when you continuously do that, you're not doing them any good. And I'm pretty sure this is not what TDE wants to do. Do you want to get broke? You think this is a joke? Ask Atlantic. Ask Atlantic, they will tell you. They will tell you the truth. If Atlantic could run dry, and even after running dry, they failed to achieve their mission. Now imagine what could happen to little old TDE. Imagine what could happen to them. This is not the smoke they want. Like, seriously? But anyway, that being said, Doja and Doechii looked absolutely amazing. I did see some people also saying that, listen, there is some tension. Clearly, you can tell that Doja Cat is not happy and stuff like that. And when I looked at the videos, honestly, I just saw people, like two girls that were trying to give, to outmug each other, like in a playful way, like, trying to basically give off, high fashion poses and stuff like that. That's all I got from that. I didn't get the tension that people were talking about. But would I be surprised if there would be any tension? Absolutely not. I mean, everybody can tell that there's some sort of push that's going on with the other girl, and the other girl used to have the highest push in as far as payola is concerned. So one could only wonder, so am I still the favorite? Do I still get my payola, especially after how badly my, previous album did and as far as sales are concerned? And clearly there's a new wave that is coming. The question is the wave authentic or not? That being said, let us move on to the scene from the outside, from outside the building. It seems like there were thousands and thousands of Parisians waiting outside to see Doechii. Yeah, you heard me. Parisians love Doechii. They love her fashion. They love her music. They had these items that they wanted signed. They were so happy to see Doechii. It was so authentic. It was so organic. She's this huge star, and we are seeing all of it. Okay, despite her selling 11,000, she is a star. Okay, because. She is a massive star. She is a massive star. Like people from Paris, the French know Doechii. The French adore Doechii. Okay? The French Europeans love Doechii. Like that. Like, she has such a huge fan base in Europe that if she were to do a tour there, I'm promising you that it will sell out. Now, TD should be careful of getting broke. That's all I'm going to say about this entire situation, because this is getting ridiculous. I guess they have realized that probably internet bots are always getting clogged by people, and people are like, where is this girl popular? And now we have moved to street bots. Now, this is not don't credit me for this. I saw this on Twitter. Somebody said TDE has moved from online bots to now real life bots, like to street bots, where they actually allegedly. Okay? where maybe there's some form of compensation for people to come out here and hold placards and say, "Oh, Doechii, we love you. Oh, Doechii, we adore you." Like, is there going to be longevity about this, like around this entire situation? That's all I'm saying. Because at this point, yeah, but at the same time, no matter how much you can bot people, if the love is not organic, it's just not organic. It's just not organic. Propaganda really is not working anymore in this day and age because of social media. Because the reality will always come to light. The truth will always come to light. I mean, your PR team can stage as many things as they can, but because of social media, people no longer just wait on People magazine to tell them about who is the hottest star. People don't just wait on listening to the Breakfast Club to hear biased opinions about who is the big artist. People now do research themselves, and people now have phones where they can film and record any and everything. So it becomes difficult to manipulate the public. And if you think that what I'm talking about is far-fetched about these fans, the possibility of people staging fans and stuff like that, wait, I have to show you something from someone who once worked in Hollywood. And that is none other than my favorite internet auntie Fumi. And honestly, I love this woman. I've lately been watching her, and I find that her commentary is very refreshing. And this is not paid promo, by the way. I'm just saying. And she has helped me to get balance in a world where reporting celebrity news has always been associated with too much messiness. I'm finding a little bit of grounding in her. As somebody who grew up listening and watching Wendy, sometimes I'm inclined to be messy, but when I look at Fumi, she dishes it with so much grace, and I aspire to be a woman like her one day. So let me insert what she had to say. This pertains to the Ryan Reynolds and Justin Baldoni slash Blake Lively situation. And this woman, for those of you who do not know, she has worked in Hollywood before, and she knows how Hollywood functions, and she knows that it's possible for people to stand outside of hotel rooms and pretend like they're fans of an artist just to create the illusion that the artist is big. So without further ado, let me just insert what Auntie Fumi had to say. But I don't think that after that I'm going to be coming back. That being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. And until my next one.
Didn't think much of it. Why? Because I fangirl and I fanboy, celebs too. I lived and I loved Whitney Houston. So I understand how fans can really, fan dump on somebody. So that was that, He's coming out amid all of this scrutiny, all of this drama, and he comes out of the building. Not to say that he did not have a pivotal part. He legit wrote a whole apology for Justin Baldoni to release to the public without taking any responsibility whatsoever. And so, like I said, they all had these boards. Again, sometimes when you wait outside studios, they will give you pictures, they will give you, memorabilia, or you can buy memorabilia of which your celebrity can sign. Okay? So no big deal. I saw it and I thought, it stinks to high heaven. I thought that, legit. And I let it go. Then I thought to myself, let me continue scrolling on TikTok. I am living for TikTok. I'm on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. Then I got to another TikToker. The first video where Lyman was coming out of the building, tried to get into the car. This was where he was in the car. He had just arrived and he was trying to get into the building.
Ryan, let's go! Ryan! Security!
And I just sat back and I was like, oh wow, orchestrated to the T. In the days when I did background, this is what we did. You would be cheering because you were atmosphere, and the director would do multiple angles because they needed so much footage for the editor, so that the editor could say to himself what angles was best. Did we want him coming out of the building? Did we want him coming back from wherever he was? At the very least, they could have changed his outfit. They didn't change his outfit. They didn't change his jacket, nothing. And so I realized that all of this was staged. I will leave it for you to see, and then you let me know.